of Rational Romantics. It feels really perfect for an episode 30 and a round number that we do an episode we have been looking forward to, and we're affectionately calling it the lore episode. So, Deb and I have been wanting to share more about us, the stories that we love, the things we adored when we were younger that got us to this place, a little more about just us. So, we're really excited to dive in kind of randomly a little bit and see where this conversation takes us. So, come along on this journey with us because I think it's going to be a ton of fun. And of course, we're going to throw in some Bridgerton updates right at the beginning. So, here we go.
So fun. I'm so excited that we finally made it to this episode because, like, I remember the moment I was like, we should do a lore episode, and oh, it was so exciting. Because, yeah, like, a lot of, like, the things that we love today kind of stems from things that we grew up loving or, like, pining for, or, like, there's so many different reasons why we are the way that we are. So it'll be really fun to kind of dive into it. And we're also two different generations. Almost separate, yeah, but there's a little bit of a difference there, so we're gonna see how different our upbringings may have truly been. So it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Um, well, we do have to dive in with some Bridgerton stuff because even though we are in the middle of Fridgerton, we have been freezing our asses off waiting for new content. They have managed to give us a few crumbs. So we did get to see some behind the scenes set pics that were apparently taken by somebody who was able to visit the set before all the filming started. So we saw the Bridgerton drawing room, and then the really big change though is the Featherington house. So the Featherington entryway is now yellow and blue. So that was a big change.
It's a huge change, and honestly, like, it's so cute. Like, I'm so obsessed with it because it just it's exactly what we associate like Colin and Penelope before they were Pollen. So it's so cute to see that their home, we can assume is their home, is like decorated, from like the beginnings of their little like relationship. It's so cute. And I just love the idea that, like, we've been theorizing that they do live there, and that um they've potentially redecorated what seemed to be Penelope's bedroom. And there's this idea that maybe there's going to be like them trying to get Portia out of the house. So just like to see the little revamp in the entryway and the staircase, it's so sweet.
I love it. One, I love the blue and yellow. I will say I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's Portia who decorated that as like a sign of goodwill to Colin because I could not hate that blue more. The blue that they chose, I'm like, that is painter's tape blue. What is this? So maybe the saturation is just up too much on the camera that took it or something. But I was like, oh, why are they the same depth of tone? Like, this is so bad. It looks like a kid's playroom.
And you know what's so funny? I need to dig this up, but my childhood bedroom was exactly that, blue and yellow, because we had bed sheets. So I shared a room with my sister, and we had bed sheets that were like a floral blue and yellow, and my mom just like painted the walls exactly that. So like maybe that's why I have like such a soft spot for it, because I'm like I grew up with those colors.
That's incredible. Also, perfect for the lore ep as we're digging into this.
Yeah.
Uh, that's amazing. I love that as a reasoning. I also have to share that my childhood bedroom was bubblegum pink with magenta trim.
Nice. Oh, I see
Yeah.
that. I can picture that. Like, just slap on a Backstreet Boys poster and it's like it's our childhood, right?
Yeah, I was One
Long
Direction.
sleeve. Oh God.
Yeah.
See, it's starting. It's starting. I was a full-blown adult with One Direction.
I was in middle school.
Well, okay, I was like 22.
Yeah, okay.
That's an adult, yeah.
Wait, hold on. So, are we 7 years apart?
What year are you born?
I'm 98.
I'm 91.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that though we're both 90s babies. We're at either
Yeah,
end of but we're both 90s babies. It's a
right.
thing.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
born in the 1900s.
Yes. Yes.
That's good. It's a good start. It's a good start, but this is gonna be a fun episode just from this very, very I want to say rough, but no, just like enlightening beginnings.
I love it. It's perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay. So another super fun piece of news that Luke Newton shared just oh so casually at the stage door of the House of McQueen. He mentioned that the Bridgerton cast, which he didn't get to go to, but the Bridgerton cast has seen the first few episodes.
Sorry.
uh, it's all good. The Bridgerton cast has seen the first few episodes of Bridgerton season 4. So exciting.
So exciting. Oh man, I wish you had a picture of that because I remember with season three how they had like what seemed to be like a movie theater and they were watching it there. Like, oh, it's coming. It's really, really coming. And again, I just feel like we're gonna be blindsided with like a release date that's like in months' time. Like yeah, if they're watching it, like that means that things are pretty set in stone. So it's very exciting.
It really is. And I was looking back at my timeline because I was like, gosh, it just feels like it's release date time. Seasons 1 and 2, I think they shared their release date about 3 months before. And then season 3 shared theirs like 5 months before. So I'm like, we're in the 5 to 4 month range right now. So I'm like, it's time. Let's go. So I think we could be truly be getting a release date like any day.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we called it in September, but like also feels like October things might happen too. So it's coming. It's right around the corner. So this just kind of confirms it even more.
Yeah. Well, and something is going on with the Bridgerton cast because just on a random Thursday, Will and Florence with Isabella Way, who plays Posey, they just decided to up and post some pictures of the three of them hanging out. So, oh, so casually, as if that doesn't break our minds.
So casual. And like not just like hanging out, like they're dressed up. Like they have a drink in hand and some of that like I don't know, guys. It kind of seems like you're getting together in an official way. So who knows if they're starting to kind of promote or like record stuff or who knows. But seeing those three together, yeah, it signals something.
Well, and it's making me wonder, especially since I mean, when we read the book, the kind of gets adopted by the Bridgertons. So I'm wondering if she's going to be a mainstay in the Bridgerton family and house in like seasons 5 and onward. Because if she kind of becomes a Bridgerton, and maybe the three of them are a little trio, which would be so fun.
Be so fun. Maybe this signals that there's gonna be some scenes with them even in season four. And oh, I would love that. I would love that because I do want to see Posey's story all the way through. We talked about, the epilogue and when we were rereading An Offer from a Gentleman and we love her little happily ever after there. So yeah, fingers crossed for that.
That'd be such a fun subplot in like season 5 or something. Be so cute. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's dive into some lore.
Yeah, like let's talk about where all of our love began of everything. I just feel like with people like us who are like so like romantic and like intuitive and like love to deep dive stuff and love storytelling, like there's a reason for that. I feel like there's something to be said about the things that like we grew up with. So yeah, like I feel like we just need to deep dive into this, and I'm really excited that we're actually going to do this. And yeah, it's just going to be, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Well, when I look back at my life and this kind of like what has led us here, I always think about the 2005 Pride and Prejudice. Like I feel like that's the one that was my thing. I just saw the 20th anniversary in theaters. I got to see it in theaters for the first time. I watched it when I was 7 as soon as it was on like home DVD. And then my mom read me the book, which is crazy because my mom is not a reader, but I am a reader because she read to me. And so she read me the book when I was 7 or 8. And it just, like, I feel like I can trace everything back of like my great, like, romantic ideals to Pride and Prejudice.
But see, it's funny for me. I never had seen it until like later in my teens. Like that's not the movie I grew up with. Like mine is Titanic. That is the love story that I grew up with. Like it is ingrained in me so deeply. I have a Titanic tattoo. Like I love Titanic. And like that's a 1997 movie? 1997?
Yeah.
I think so. And yeah, like I went to see it like I was a child. Like my mom brought me to the movie theater as like a young child. She had to take me out of the theater during like those spicy scenes. And I was just hooked on it. I was obsessed. And yeah, which is interesting because that love story is just kind of a tragic one and it kind of like paints, I guess, impossible ideals of love because like these big grand like class division love stories aren't exactly things that you come across a lot, but I'm kind of like realizing now that it's very similar to kind of Bridgerton season 4 with it being the
Yeah.
class divide.
Well, and the thought that I had was, oh my God, you love like a floppy haired like boy with a redheaded girl, a buxom redhead, and I love an enemies to lovers.
Classic. A classic us. Classic us. But see, that's what I love about this because there's a reason why we end up loving the things that we do. It starts with these things that like we hyperfixate on as kids.
It really, really does. That's so good.
I
Oh
love
my gosh.
that.
Well, and that's what I feel like I was destined to love historical fiction because I grew up on like two series of books and movies and everything, and it was the Magic Tree House series and American Girl. And I was like, those are it for me. I don't know if you have familiarity with those because you're Canadian.
I am, and I do not have familiarity with that. But wait, the magic that isn't that what Nicola's working on? Or she
No, she's in Magic Faraway Tree or something that apparently lots of people know. I have no knowledge of like the Magic Faraway Tree, I think it's called. But
what are you referring to?
Magic Treehouse, it's this
Oh.
story of these like this brother and sister, and they find this treehouse in their basically their backyard in the forest behind their house, and it transports them through time. And it's so fun, and they go on adventures, and at one point they meet like Morgan Le Fay from like the Arthurian legends and like Merlin, and it's all of these things. And I read them for years. I started reading them at like 6, and I read them until I was like, I don't know, 12 or 13, like way too old for them. They're like young reader books, but they're like chapter books, but they're little.
Yeah.
And I love them, and I was like inspired in history and all of the things. So it was
That is so
destined.
cute. That's so
Yeah.
cute. Honestly, I can't really remember books that I would have read early on like that. We were just like the books that we would read were a lot of like the adaptation or not the adaptation, like regurgitation of like Disney movies. So
For
like
sure.
I would like Beauty and the Beast, I would just read it like word for word in like a storybook. So I guess for me, like a lot of the stories that I loved growing up, like as a kid, aside from Titanic, was like the princess movies, the Disney stuff. Like Beauty and the Beast was like my thing. Like I adored Beauty and the Beast. Like there's a video of me as a kid just like absolutely had to go put on my Halloween costume, which was the Belle like yellow dress. I had to go put it on, but I didn't understand the concept that like even though I left the room, the movie was still playing downstairs. So by the time I got dressed and everything, had my bun done because I needed my hair to be like Belle, I got downstairs and I was like, "Oh, the part is over. Like the dance part is over." So it's just like memories like that that I just like remember so vividly. But like I loved Beauty and the Beast. I loved Aladdin. A lot. I mean, they're problematic. So maybe we should unpack that. But yeah, it was a Disney princess girl.
Oh, that's so fun. Um, that totally made me think of it when you were saying like dressing up and all the things. That was me with the Wizard of Oz. Like my mom dressed, I did every single Halloween except for I think two when I was a kid was some kind of Wizard of Oz character. Like to the point where I hadn't seen anything about Wicked until the movie that just came out happened because my mother was like, we will not blaspheme the canon of the Wizard of Oz by anything that was not L. Frank Baum and the Wizard of Oz. Like it was holy in my household.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, fair enough. Like I grew up with the Wizard of Oz too, and I loved it. And I never knew anything different. Like it was the Wizard of Oz or nothing, you know? But that's so funny. Oh my gosh, I used to love the Wizard of Oz as a kid, but it's so scary though. Like
Yes,
truly, in
though.
retrospect. Like why were they showing this to me?
Yeah. Well, I'm jumping ahead to like later in my life, but I watched it was like in the same, I don't know, summer or something when I watched both Labyrinth and Hocus Pocus for the first time and I was like 19 or 20 and I watched them and I was like, who are these for? Because these cannot be kids movies because there is way too many sex jokes. Like Hocus Pocus, the whole thing is the little girl is constantly like, yeah, you're a virgin. And it's like, this is not for little kids. What is this? But I'm like, it's not for adults either. So I guess it's for like 12-year-olds. But I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just so random. So,
It's true. Like there it's so funny like if you didn't grow up in the cult of like Hocus Pocus, it's just so fucking weird. Like I was never into it, but like it's a religion for people. Hocus
yeah.
Pocus or like another thing that I was just never exposed to was Grease, the movie Grease. And yeah, as a teenager, people were like, how does one not know Grease like the back of their hands? And I was like, I don't know. I never watched it. And I watched it for the first time as a teenager. I was like, it's good. And they're like, what do you mean it's good? It's amazing. I was like, I don't know. It's just one of those things, you know, like we didn't grow up with musicals. We grew up with music as opposed to watching musicals. So,
Sure.
yeah.
That's totally fair. Yeah, it's always interesting to be like the cultural touchstones that you just like missed. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I feel like that's a good like lead in to like do you have a piece of media that really like defines, I don't know if it's like pre-teenhood or like early teenage years? Is there something that you're like, okay, that's what I think of?
It's a good question. I can honestly say like I I thought of it as I was saying like not so much musicals but more music, but like growing up it was like Michael Jackson was a huge thing in our house. So like I know like every song pretty much. My mom is a huge fan of his. So like we would play like records and stuff like that of his and like I remember like seeing Thriller for the first time and being like both petrified but like amazed at like the history about it being the first music video, all that stuff. So yeah, I think like growing up with like Michael Jackson and my mom's like love of like Celine Dion too, like that was a huge um like she was just a fangirl, like truly a fangirl, obsessed with Celine Dion, obsessed with Michael Jackson, and it really is just the way me and my sister are too. Like we're just hardcore into the music that we love and we stick to it. And I guess like from my childhood, I would think of that as being a reason why I am the way I am today.
I love that. Well, and I had just seen something just kind of randomly online where somebody said they're like, I've never seen a healthier coping mechanism than being a fangirl. And they're like, yeah, you can shit on it all you want, but I've had the best day of my life 20 days this year. Like, how many times have you been that happy? And it's like, literally, I mean, because I remember thinking that when Taylor and Travis got engaged, and I was like, can you imagine just having had like a normal day today? That this wasn't like the best day of your year? Like That would
Yeah.
just suck so hard to just like live your life normally and not be excited for these other random things. And it's life is just so much more fun when you get excited for things. So I feel like that kind of thesis statement for our lives makes so much sense when we have moms that are like that and got to be raised like that.
Yeah. And I do remember when we did our first ever recording, when we were talking about the 80s music and everything. I remember you talking about like I think it was Hell's Bells, and how that was
Yes.
like your whole thing with your mom, and like I remember that being like such a cute story.
Thank you. Yes, I absolutely loved it. And it was a lot of 80s music was really, really major to me and still really is like when I want to have like full body goosebumps, I put on like Journey and the Rolling Stones I can listen to forever and like CCR Creedence Clearwater Revival and like it just takes me back in all of these ways and I just love it. So, I love 80s music and 70s and 60s too. Like the whole thing.
There you go, your old soul. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess then what about like your early high school days or like middle school days? I guess you guys call it middle school, grade seven. When you're 13, 12 years old, whatever. But it's like the stuff that you kind of associate to that like time.
So that was my like peak CW Supernatural era. So like I was like literally the show Supernatural and that led into the Vampire Diaries, which the Vampire Diaries is a pit stop I have to make because that's huge in my world. But eventually then that led into True Blood and I was really into vampires for a while there, but not Twilight. Did not like Twilight, not interested. I read 3 of the books, didn't watch the movies. I was like, not for me. But
Weird.
yeah, the Vampire Diaries was my world, and I had a poster of Sam and Dean Winchester on my ceiling when I went to college. Like they stayed with me.
Oh,
So, yeah, I love Supernatural.
that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
I feel like I was never into vampires. Never, never, ever, ever. But that's because for me, it was Harry Potter.
Mm, yes.
That was my whole world when I was 13. Was I 13? Maybe I was 12. I remember going to the movie theater to see Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and I was like, this is love. This is love. I fell in love with boys. I was just like enamored, and that was like the first time. Well, I don't know. Maybe in like my memory. I've definitely read books before that, but like that was the first time that I was like, I need to specifically go read these novels. So I read them all, and it was such a cool experience though to be part of that experience of book releases and l discovering the story for the first time with everybody else. So, yeah, Harry Potter was such an escapism for me in high school. And I feel like that was the first time that I experienced like that, like the idea of escapism and how you can just like get lost in a story and how there's comfort in that.
I love that so much. Yeah, and that was one that I missed. I still have not seen all of the Harry Potter movies. I've tried many times and it just missed me. It didn't hit me at the right spot in my life. And yeah, but I love that and the magic of that is so beautiful. So,
Yeah, it is. And like it's just such a it's for kids, but it has like stories and relationships and like lessons that carry through into like adulthood. And it's almost like it's kind of I discovered Harry Potter at the right time in my life, the same way I did with Taylor Swift, and how like it followed the things that I was going through the same way Harry Potter, his story followed the things that I was experiencing. So it was, yeah, a coping mechanism because I did experience some kind of shitty stuff in high school. Yeah, so it was nice to have that kind of like place that I could press play. But then also I had Friends. I was like huge into Friends.
Friends is amazing. Absolutely iconic.
Yeah. And I'm so lucky to like, not a lot of people can say that they watch the series finale live on TV, right? Like,
That's so cool.
that's my age, I guess.
It's also your taste though, like you were watching. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, when you were talking about Harry Potter, I felt that so deeply for the Vampire Diaries for me. Like I had the same thing where I used to dress like Elena. Like I used to go to school. Like I had her necklace that's like a big, really big thing in that story. And for me, I felt like that was when I kind of learned what being a fangirl looked like for me because I started writing fan fiction. And I remember there was one fan fiction, I wrote 250,000 words on one fan fiction of this thing. And I was like 14, 15, 16 around then when I was like really, really in love with it. And I realized that the media that I love is the media that creates creativity in me and that I feel inspired by it. And so, yeah, I just was down the rabbit hole, and Damon and Elena will always be like my number one ship. Like I love them, no one can touch them, and I don't care. I don't care that they're problematic. I knew when I watched the first time, I was like, yes, Damon is super fucking sketchy, but they're enemies to lovers, and it's a love triangle between siblings. And it's my secret sauce. It's been that since then. So,
That's so funny. Oh
yeah,
my gosh, that is your lore.
it really is.
Like 100%.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. And you know what's funny? I'm listening to you speak about that, but it's like I used to ship Hermione and Ron like since Chamber of Secrets, Friends to Lovers, hello. Like
Also a
it's
redhead.
also exactly. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. But yeah, we love what we love, right? And just yeah. And I remember too, like when Harry Potter was like in the early days, back then we didn't have social media, so I was always on mugglenet.com. That's where I got all my updates every single day. And it was just like a thread. It was a website that was a thread. And it was like, that's where you found everything. And it was the first time that like I connected with like people. It was like a forum. Was
Yeah.
that was like the beginnings of like social media connections for me. Like I think that website still is up. Like I think it's still a thing, but oh my gosh. It was different times. 2003 was a different time.
Yeah, oh my gosh, 2003. That's so wild. That was the year I started kindergarten.
That's crazy. That's the year I started
The-
middle school, I guess, is when,
Right.
yeah, grade 7.
Okay. So the total tangent thought. When you guys have your structure of schools in Canada, do you have three separate, do you do like grade K through 8 together or I guess 1 through 8 or what? Like how do you guys structure your schools?
So the schools is like elementary school, so you do like I have to think about the English word. Junior kindergarten or like kindergarten, senior kindergarten up to grade 6. And then you go to high school, which is grade 7 to 12.
Okay, so you guys just have it split into two and we do the middle schools. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's weird though that you guys do. So you go to 3 different schools.
Yeah, you do. Usually it's kindergarten, sometimes it's pre-K, like
Pre.
before, but yeah, kindergarten through 6th, sometimes it's kindergarten through 5, and middle schools are 6 through 8, and then technically junior highs are 7 and 8, sometimes 7, 8, and 9, and then high schools are usually 9 to 12, but sometimes they're 10 to 12.
Weird.
Yeah,
Weird. Interesting.
yeah, anyway, but a random digression, but I'm a teacher, so I was really interested in the
We also
splitting.
need to have like a Canada versus, not versus, Canada US
Yes,
like comparison episode.
we really, really do. We have to do it's the 0 to 60 versus 0 to 100 is always the example.
Exactly.
Um, so I feel like the next thing for me, because um the Vampire Diaries ended, it had its finale on my 19th birthday. That's what I did for my 19th birthday was watch the finale. But by that time, I had fallen in love with Outlander. And so I feel like the next big chunk of my life was like defined by Outlander, which was crazy because that was like my college days into my like very beginning of my career was Outlander focused.
Okay. Wow. I feel like I had so many like layers before that for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like that's a natural transition for you to go vampires to time travel. Sure.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like so it's funny because I've been sitting here thinking that I tend to obsess over something for about 4 years because I went like 15 to 19 years old was The Vampire Diaries, and then like 20 to 24 was Outlander, and like 25 to 29 or so is going to be Bridgerton, is what I'm guessing. So I've got another couple years on Bridgerton. And then I'm like thinking about it and I was like, okay, is it going to be the Akatar show or is it going to be the Fourth Wing show? Because I feel like it's got to be one of those two because I have this thing where I love like a love story that's central with a fantasy bent. It's going to be one of those, is what I think.
It's gotta be. Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's really interesting. I'm trying to like fill in the gaps on my end because like Harry Potter was like my teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what I did. Well, like TV show wise, did I jump into anything else? I feel like what, no. So what I did when I went into like adulthood, like college and then into like my career, it was just movies. Like I was like watching every single Oscar nominated movie.
Okay.
And I was very, very like locked in on movies as opposed to TV shows. So I kind of had like a wide variety of things, and it all was dependent on award season. So I kind of just went like hardcore on that. But also at the same time, I ended up leaning into a lot of like music obsessions. Like it was Jonas Brothers, and then it was One Direction, and then it was Taylor Swift. Like I just like went hard on music, and then there was like a whole country music era for me. So I just like skipped through a lot, but then I feel like when I really discovered like Netflix and like streaming, that's when I fell into Outlander. And that was like huge for me because I was going through some stuff, and like Outlander was just again the escapism for me. And I rewatched that so many times. Oh my gosh, and Downton Abbey.
Yes, Downton.
Yeah, Downton Abbey was before Outlander. Yeah, Downton Abbey. Okay, so Downton Abbey was like my first proper like binge season series or whatever because me and my husband had moved out of like our hometown. So I was alone a lot. Um, and that's when I just like dove into Downton Abbey and I was like, this is it. I love this because I love historical storytelling and movies that are like Downton Abbey. And it was the first time that I saw a TV show that I was like, wow, this is like multiple movies. That's
Oh
where
yeah.
like I got like switched into TV again because I was like, this is like a movie. And then same with Outlander. Like it's hour-long episodes and you're just like the amount of detail in this, like I appreciated it so much. So in went the that whole obsession.
I love that. That's amazing. When Downton Abbey was coming out, we were getting it on Netflix when you still got the discs from Netflix, and my mom and I were watching it like on,
This
yeah, like DVDs.
Netflix had DVDs?
Girl,
What?
what? You didn't know this? Yes, that's how they started. They were like I don't know if you guys have Blockbuster. They were like Blockbuster, but you didn't have to go in. You ordered them. You had like a queue online and you would order a movie and they would send it to you and you didn't have late fees. That was like the whole thing. So you could keep it as long as you wanted and then you just sent it back, but you had to wait for other people to send back the one that you wanted before you could get it. Yes. It was crazy. Yes. And you
That
would get like,
has to be like an American thing that Canada never got.
I
Because
don't know, but it
Netflix
was like
is
how
late.
Netflix started. That was like their whole thing.
Oh my gosh. That is
Yeah.
crazy. Because Netflix was very, very late for us. Like we did
Okay.
not get anything other than what we know it today.
Okay, so you guys like started with the streaming. That's
Yeah,
so interesting.
that's cr-
That's wild.
so the only difference between Netflix and Blockbuster was no late fees?
Well, and Netflix just sent them directly to you. You didn't have to go to a
Right.
store. Yeah, so they
Oh
just
my
mailed them
God.
to you.
It's like
Yeah.
Amazon for rentals.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
blowing my mind. That's crazy.
It's
That's
honestly blowing my mind that you didn't know that that's how Netflix started. That's so crazy.
not at all. What the fuck? That's so weird.
That's so wild. Yeah, so we would wait. You would watch, and because there'd only be like 4 episodes on a disc. And so you'd watch like half the season, and then you'd have to wait. Because you'd send it back, and you'd have to wait for the next one. And it was crazy. It was like so insane. And that's how I watched like the first, I don't know, 3 seasons of Downton Abbey. It was
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
Yeah.
That's like old school ways of like watching part one and part two.
Mm-hmm.
There's
That's
trauma there.
exactly what it's like.
That's crazy.
My gosh. Maybe that's why I hate the split season so much.
Maybe you're like, oh God, not this again.
Oh, that's so funny.
Send
Oh,
me the
that's crazy.
disc, please.
I love that.
That's
Oh
so
my
funny.
goodness. Yeah, so Downton Abbey was big. I had to quit though when Matthew died. I was like, peace out, bro. I can't. I still haven't watched it past then.
No, I mean, fair enough. I took a serious break because I was like, why? I did not need that. Did not need to lose him that way. So yeah, it was traumatic. But
Well, and Outlander was such a big thing, and Outlander was so big for me because that's when I started my page was an Outlander page, and so I started that right after season 5 aired. And so I just went that was literally what I did at the beginning was I would watch like an episode a day and I would write about it and I would just that was how the whole page started and it's just so crazy of being like more than 5 years ago now and all the things, but it was Outlander. Outlander did that during the pandemic when I was like, hey, I want to connect with people. And I was like, well, Outlander's the way. So I love that show so much for that, for so many reasons, but especially for that.
that's really cool. I love that so much. I feel like I was late on Outlander, but it's just because somebody was like, "Oh, you're done Downton Abbey. You need to watch Outlander." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know about like the fantasy part of it." And they're like, "Watch Outlander." So it's so funny that, you know, it's like I don't understand anybody who doesn't watch Outlander now. Like,
Right.
how did you get through your adult life as a woman and not watch Outlander? It's
Yeah, you're
confusing.
missing out, bro. Like,
Yeah, no kidding. But
okay, I'm gonna get way too much TMI, and if you want to cut this, we totally can. But so I was, what was I, 20? I was 21, and I was living by myself, like in my like house for the first time, whatever. And uh, I got my first like sex toys at that point in my life, and the first time I ever used one, I put on the wedding episode of Outlander to like get me there.
so
Yeah.
funny. I love that for you, actually.
It was
What a
lovely. It was a great way to experience that with like all the
holy
things going on. It was
shit.
great. I had a great time. That was a nice evening. But
It really stayed with you. Really stayed
it
with
really
you.
did. Well, I clearly remember it. Like my first sex toy's name was Jamie, actually, because I named
Oh
him
my God, I'm
after.
dead. I'm dead.
Yep.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm not cutting this. I'm keeping this for sure.
That's totally valid. I was like, it's fine. I'm happy sharing that. I'm pretty sure I have shared that before, like on lives and stuff when I was really deep in Outlander. I was like, yeah, that one's name's Jamie.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's so funny. I am obsessed with that. That is a great anecdote. No, no, 10 out of 10. Oh, Jamie, do you still have Jamie?
No, he died. But I
Oh,
have, which I mean tells you how much he was used. But I do have I have the exact same toy again now, but it's just a new version. But I was
Oh,
like, this worked for me. It still works for me.
my God. You should call it Brian.
Oh my god, that's so good. Shut up. That's so good.
I mean, keep it in the family, right?
Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh, that's so funny. I literally love that so much. I'm naming, yes, he
Yes,
gets to be named Brian
absolutely.
now.
And you know what's so funny is like if you told me we'd be talking about this at the beginning of the episode, I'd be like, no. God.
Oh my gosh, that's
I knew
amazing.
this would be fun.
Yeah, this is delightful. We're just,
It's lovely.
it's great.
It's just lovely.
You never know what Laura is going to bring up.
Well,
Okay.
you know.
um, so I mean, I feel like we've definitely told our how did you get into Bridgerton stories before,
Yeah.
but so so we both found it like right as it came out on in 2020. So
Mhm.
obviously pandemic at home, everything, but I guess just generally like what was it about Bridgerton that made it so special to you? And I mean, it's kind of why, I mean, it's how we connected, it's how you got into like fandom spaces online, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me it's just um I think the first episode that I watched felt like a mix of Downton Abbey and Outlander in terms of like spiciness, but Downton Abbey in terms of like historical accuracy. And then with the twist of the modern music and then the added touch of the color. Like it was just like a perfect mix of all of that. And I think for me it was just like the last frame of episode 1 with like the fireworks, the voiceover, the Lady Whistledown being like and we could form an attachment. Oh my, everything with like the it was just a mix of all of that. It was just exhilarating. And I remember thinking, yes, this is all the things. And I could probably associate Bridgerton to all of the different things we've talked about so far. You know, we're talking music, color,
Mhm.
you know, the history, the fantasy, like all the things. Everything was in that first episode. And I was like, shit, you know.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It does really feel like the culmination of everything we've been talking about is just like, well, there it is. That's the answer. That's been the thing that we were looking for this whole time. And because it was funny because I wasn't immediately sold. Like, I liked the show, but I wasn't sold that it was going to be my next great love. Like, I did not think it was going to be after season 1. I liked it. I kept going back to it. I was like, there's something about this that's making me continually want to return to this world, but I wasn't totally sold after season 1. Then I read the books and I was like, all right, more sold now. And I also fell in love with Anthony Bridgerton in the books and was like, okay, well, I kind of loved him. And which one of my favorite calls that I ever made was that after season 1, I ranked the characters. I gave like a top 10 of the characters, and my number 1 was Anthony Bridgerton. And I was like, called my shot, and I stuck with it. Um, and then obviously, like, season 2 was when I like fell so hard for Bridgerton, and it became like my world in a way that things hadn't since like I mean since Outlander early days since the Vampire Diaries for me. So
Mhm.
Bridgerton is so special. It just really is.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. And like for me, it's funny, but again, it's just very us. For me, like season 1, I adored and I was like hooked on it. For me, season 2, I wasn't as hooked on it as I was with season 1, but I think it's what pushed me, not pushed me, but like encouraged me to read the books. It's when I read the books after season 2 that I was like, holy shit. Like then it everything felt like heightened watching it back and then like, you know, I love Kate so much. I love Anthony so much. So like reliving their story on the screen after reading their book, I was like, oh my God. And then I obviously like big Pollen fan. I loved their book. So then began the waiting game for season three, and the rest is history, as they say. But yeah, like I was like listening, I wasn't reading it, I was listening to it, like in the trenches with a newborn. And like both season one and two came out when I was like in the newborn phase with my second and third. So it's again the escapism, finding myself in these stories, and just being able to be somebody who's not like sleep deprived mom, it's just it just gave me a lot. So, and it continues to.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. I really can't wait. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Anyways.
Honestly, like I'm like pre-overwhelmed. I'm like anticipating being overwhelmed. I don't
Yeah.
know that I've ever had that feeling before.
Honestly, I'm so fucking grateful with the timing here. Like truly, because like work is literally insane and literally will be insane until like mid-November. And
Yeah.
then I'm just like, obviously I still have work, but like, oh my God, my focus will be laser sharp just at the right times. Like, can't, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good.
I mean, perfect. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so yeah, just randomly like zodiac. So I'm a Pisces and
Hilarious.
you're an Aquarius. Okay. That's my best friend in high school was an Aquarius. I'm going to look up our like friendship compatibility because I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Aquarius fits you?
I mean, yeah, every time I read about it, I'm like, yeah, that's me. But
I
I've
like that.
never like, I wish I was more in tune with like the meanings and
Mm.
all of like the zodiac stuff. But I love when people are so knowledgeable in it, and then they talk to you and they ask you like this and this and this, and they're like, oh my gosh, and they put it together. I love watching people react to me and what I am, even though I don't know. So it's always like a surprise.
Oh my gosh, that's super funny. Um, yeah, I feel like I have like I'm interested enough in it to like read about it and stuff, but I'm not like I don't have books, I don't have star charts, I don't do like the whole like thing, but people are so fascinating. Um, okay, so what is it telling us?
Classic.
Like, chill out, dude. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so I'm a water sign and you're an air sign. Okay, interesting. So it's Aquarius and Pisces, maybe right next to each other on the zodiac wheel, but they're actually very different signs. While not traditionally thought of as compatible, that doesn't mean a relationship can't work. In friendship, um, they make better friends than lovers. That's good. We're not going to start up a romance, so solid.
There you go.
Okay, so a friendship between these two could look like a quirky conversation.
Classic.
Um, that's funny because that's backward. So it's Pisces provides the emotional landscape and Aquarius the airy logical side. That's flipped for us, but
That's
that's fine.
big time.
Oh my gosh. Uh okay, that's cool. So water bearers, so Aquarius can hold emotional space for Pisces. And then Pisces can help Aquarius access their emotions. That's fun. Um
I like somebody
Aquarians.
holding space, holding your little finger. You're
Yes.
holding space.
Holding space. I love that. Um So Aquarians love and value people and the collective. Um, it's important for them to allow themselves to be supported by somebody empathetic like a Pisces. Um, Pisces, which is known for being a bit naive and whimsical, benefits from Aquarius' more rational big picture view. I like the big picture. I feel like you're maybe not on like the super like the rational over that, but you're very much a big picture person. So that's
Mm,
nice.
yeah,
Um, yeah.
that.
Nice. Yeah. Aquarius and Pisces can make for a thoughtful and supportive friendship, balance and respect each other's differences. though they have very different needs to begin with. That's nice. I like that.
Oh, that
Look at
that
us.
sounds like us. Yeah, I love
That's very
that.
fun.
So
Well,
cute.
and I think it's funny because I feel like both you and I are kind of non-traditional versions of our signs. Like I don't think of myself as the most Pisces. Like I tend to be, which we haven't really dug into like Enneagrams or anything, but I'm an Enneagram 8 version of a Pisces that's like my favorite word is no. I don't mind confrontation. In fact, I get a little bit of a high from it. Like argument makes me happy. So, hi, that
Yeah.
was my dog. Um, he was agreeing with me. He knows that I like to argue.
Yeah. She loves an argument.
I really
Sass
do. It makes me
Cass.
happy. Yeah, it's my love language. I tell people that like on my page and stuff where I'm like, no, no, no. If I'm taking the time to get angry about an argument and get like all fired up, that means I love you and care enough about your opinion to argue with you. Like if
Right.
I just didn't like you or think the comment was shitty, I'll just block you. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's one or the other, guys.
right. I'm
You
like,
get
if
your
I'm
block
here
list.
and talking means I care. Oh my gosh.
Funny. I love that about you, actually. I just get so emotional.
Yeah.
I can't deal with a bad comment. I'm just like so like, no, you're wrong, and I'm gonna cry. She's
Yeah.
emotional.
It's
My boss told me I was an emotional gangster the other day. I was like, yeah, that's me.
amazing. At what situation did that come up?
Because because at work we clinched playoffs and I was
Yes.
like I was so weepy. I was like, "Oh my God, guys." And I was so tired and so stressed and
Hmm.
I was like, "I'm so proud of these girls." And she's like, "You're such an emotional gangster." I was like, "I love them so much."
Amazing.
Oh, yeah, she's sensitive. That's
I
okay.
love that. That's so good. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Um, no, it's so funny because you were talking about like dealing with the negative comments and it's such a thing. But I remember the first negative comment that I got, like I remember it so vividly. And like it's still like I was not okay. At like it was such a thing and I remember having to like go for a drive to get it out of my head. Like it was so and it was such a thing and like I had been really vulnerable in a post and somebody was really super shitty and I was like this sucks.
Mm.
And it's just so funny. And I'm like, I don't forget it at all. I mean, I've dealt with a lot worse now. And I mean, I've had fucking threats made against me. Like, it's insane over fictional characters. And I have, like, there's people on Reddit that hate me, like, literally have made edits of pictures about how much they hate me. And it's like, okay, guys, I take up way too much space in your brain, but like, thanks. And
Thanks.
now it just like rolls off in such a way where I'm like, I'm flattered, honestly, that I take up this much space in your brain. But yeah, that first one is a struggle.
Yeah. Then you start to build thick skin and
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, you just adapt. Gotta be
Yeah,
tough. But
yeah,
yeah, doesn't make it. That first one stings, but
yeah, for sure. Um, so let's do, yeah, we're gonna do Desert Island. So if you were gonna bring 5 books to a desert island, what would you bring? Okay, what's your first one, Deb?
The Great Gatsby.
So
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm. You?
So good. Um, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna say the Great Gatsby because but like that might be on my list. Red, white, and royal blue.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
could have guessed that one.
Yep.
Um, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Nice. Pride and Prejudice. For sure.
Sick. Romeo and Juliet.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna go with Shakespeare because that's such a good idea. Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh, okay. Good one. What are we at? Four? This is the fourth?
Yeah, this will be 4, yeah.
Um, The Notebook.
Okay. Um, okay. Oh, Brave New World.
Oh, great one. Good one. Oh my God. I feel like there's something And if I just do a throwaway, I'm gonna be so pissed.
If this isn't, you're not held to this. We're not actually sending you to a desert island. So, guys, sorry if we missed something super obvious that we're like, oh, I love that one so much.
Now all I can think of is Bridgerton, so I'm gonna say Romancing Mr. Bridgerton.
Part of me wants to say When He Was Wicked, Bridgerton, but I think Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston edges it out for me. I love that book.
Damn, good one. I was gonna make it. Whenever I think of a desert island, I think of this book. Fuck, what's it called? The one with Piggy, the conch.
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies.
Lord of the Flies.
Just because it's the vibe.
It is the vibe.
It is the
I
vibe.
love it.
That was
Yeah.
good.
Part of me almost wanted to say Beach Read by Emily Henry because it's like, well, it's a beach. It's like
Yeah,
you're on a
well,
desert island. Beach read. Why not?
yeah, that makes sense.
I love that. Okay. Uh, you want to do movies or TV shows?
Yeah, let's do movies.
Movies. Okay. Do you want me to start for this one? Okay. Also, Pride and Prejudice.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, obviously Titanic.
Okay. I like that. We just got our obvious ones out of the way. Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, was not expecting that.
Yeah, this is a whole side of me that we did not touch on where I love like an adventure movie. Like that and Jaws and Indiana Jones, like Steven Spielberg adventure movies were my childhood. So,
Oh,
yeah, Jurassic Park.
okay. Interesting. This is gonna be another one of those where I'm gonna be pissed that I didn't think of it. I'm just gonna go with what's popping in my head, and it's so specific, but About Time
Yeah.
with Rachel McAdams
Yes.
and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Love that movie. Oh my God. Makes me cry.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
Some Like It Hot with Marilyn Monroe and Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon.
Nice.
Yeah. Love that movie.
Oh, okay. You unlocked something in my head.
Good.
Um, Casablanca.
Shut up. That was totally on my list. That's so good. Yes.
Love Casablanca so much. So good.
I love that. That's amazing. Okay, I'll sub in one of my alternates then for that one. Oh, The English Patient. I love that movie.
Hey. Oh my gosh. How many have
Is
we
that
said?
four? Are we
This
at
is
four?
four.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like that middle ground, like a 90s movie or like early 2000s. I'm thinking of stupid shit. If you have one, you can go. Because I'm
I
thinking,
don't. I'm trying to think of what my other one was that I usually say. Because I usually like have this locked and loaded. But I don't know why I can't think of my other one.
uh, okay, I'm gonna say,
Okay.
Yes, I love you.
Okay. I love that.
Yes, I love you.
Okay. That's fabulous. Okay, I'm gonna say Don't Hold Me to this because I might, but Crazy Stupid Love, the one with Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling. I love that movie.
I love that movie too. Oh, I have it. Devil Wears Prada.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Ah,
Easy. Easy watch
mhm.
every time.
Yep. That's funny. I thought of it like like as soon as you said that, I'm like, actually, I think my other one actually might be 10 Things I Hate About You. Might actually be
Oh,
my other one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honorable mention for me,
Mm-hmm.
the Hairspray.
Hairspray is so good.
Love
Oh
Hairspray.
my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I didn't have a musical in there. That's crazy. I'm a musical girl.
Yeah.
Like, Singing in the Rain is one of my favorite movies of all time. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway. All right.
Yeah. All right. You
Yeah.
want to do TV show?
Well, yeah, let's do it. You want to start us off?
Yeah, Bridgerton.
Okay. Um, Outlander.
Classic. New Girl.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um,
Desert Island. Come on.
yeah. The Office. Yes. Love the
The Office is a good one. I mean, Friends, obviously.
Okay, this is gonna be such a left field one. The West Wing. I love The West Wing so much. Endlessly rewatchable. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a left field one. 24.
Wow. Okay. I love that for you.
Jack Bauer. With some Jack.
Nice. Nice. Man. Okay, this is so weird. This is such a weird one, and I'm not sure that this is gonna be true for me in like a year. But The Rookie. I have been watching it and it is so easy to watch. I have it on in the background all the time. I think I've watched it through like 3 times since I started watching it this summer because it's just my new background show and I
Mhm.
just love it.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Hmm.
Um, do I have one more? Yeah,
I think it's one more, yeah.
one more. Sex in the City.
Hey, love that. I might have to go Supernatural.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry you haven't said anything about that yet. No vampires. Well, no,
Yes.
that's not vampire.
Well,
Supernatural is not vampire, is it?
vampire. There's occasionally a vampire that'll show up in there that this is such a deep cut, but I was like, definitely was sleeping with Dean in Purgatory. It's fine. Dean was should have been bisexual very openly from the beginning, and he wasn't. And it was dumb because it was a different time. Also, Damon Salvatore was 100% bisexual in the Vampire Diaries, and that also wasn't confirmed because it was the 2010s on the fucking CW. And I'm so sick of. I love these men that are definitely bisexual because that's my theory about Jamie Fraser too. And I'm like, give me my bisexual men, but actually confirm them as bisexual. So
Whoa. She she dropped a lot, guys.
I have no idea how fast I talked there. I'm so sorry.
That was impressive. That was impressive. Honestly, all I heard was Dean, and I want to say honorable mention Gilmore Girls.
Fabulous. Okay, that's another one that missed me. I have
Okay.
tried like 3 times to watch Gilmore Girls and I can't get into it and I don't know what my mental break is. But I can't.
I don't know. I was a late one on that, but I was like early 20s, mid 20s. Gosh, I'm old. But yeah, like early 20s. No, I was like 26 years old. It's fine.
You're in your early 20s until you're 30, honestly.
Yeah, well, what happens when you're 34?
You're in your late 20s when you're 34.
That's true.
Yeah, that's basically what that is.
That's good. Okay, I have one more. One
Okay, I'm
more
ready.
desert island. And maybe this can segue us to an eventual Canada-US thing. What
Yes, I love it.
US slash for me Canadian snack are you bringing on a desert island?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if they're US specific. Um,
They don't have to be.
Cheetos. I'm bringing Cheetos. Puffy Cheetos.
Nice. Oh, puffy, not crunchy.
No, puffy Cheetos.
I'm bringing ketchup chips. What?
I can't. Somebody brought them to Iceland because we had Canadian people with us and they brought like all of these chips with all of these weird flavors. And I was like, I'll try one. And I was like, no, I hate this. So I'm so sorry to yuck your yum.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
aggressive. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. More for
It's
me.
fun. Yeah, we won't have to share. It's fine.
Fine. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think if like regional specific. All of mine are just gonna be chips. Do you have like the white cheddar popcorn?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I yeah.
The smart pop? Smart.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love that. That's my favorite also.
Nice. That's a good one. Um, Smarties.
Okay, nice. Yummy. Oh, peanut butter M&Ms.
Oh, nice. Love peanut butter M&Ms. I love M&Ms in general, which is contradictory because Smarties should be my one and only, but M&Ms. Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess chips, it'll be all dressed chips too.
Okay. I tasted those. I didn't dislike those.
You should you should love them. Whatever. It's crazy talk.
Oh my gosh, sorry, it's the autism coming out.
Fine. You don't have to. More for me.
The struggle. No, I literally it's so bad. The things anyway. Okay. What is another snack? Oh, okay. This is breaking the spirit of the question. But I literally love edamame so much I could eat it
Mm,
until the end of time.
really?
I
Holy.
love it. I love
Okay.
it. I love it.
All right. All right. I had some in Vancouver actually. We went to like an all-you-can-eat sushi place, but like a high-end one, and we sat in a boat, like
Okay.
inside a building. Like it was just like the decor was like it was like a boat, and you had to take your shoes off to get in the boat. And I was like, what are we doing here?
Was it like a boat sitting on water or just a boat on the land?
No, no, it was boat in a building. Like it was a
Okay.
restaurant, but like the seating was a boat.
Okay.
It was weird. Anyways, it's fine.
Interesting. All right.
Anyways, um, a beaver tail.
Fuck is a beaver tail?
You don't know what a beaver tail?
What is a beaver tail?
It's a beaver tail. It's like a pastry. It's a
Okay.
flat like it looks like a beaver tail,
Okay.
and it has like sugar and cinnamon, and it's just a nice little treat on a cold winter's day. Because it's like hot and people put there's different flavors, but like the classic one is like it's just cinnamon and sugar goodness. But some people like it with like Nutella, or they'll put like cheese. But yeah, it's just like it's a little thing in Canada. Beaver
I
tails.
love that. That's so fun. Okay, so now I'm curious because it sounds kind of like one of my favorite ones. It's like carnival food.
Mm,
Do you guys have elephant ears?
no.
Oh my gosh, it's
What's
so
that?
good. It's like a flat like a flat kind of fry bread almost thing. It's like a
Yeah.
like sort of like a tortilla but not tortilla flavored, more like bread doughy flavored. And then it has cinnamon sugar and butter all over it and it's delicious.
That literally sounds like a beaver tail.
Perfect.
Yeah, because it's like it's not deep fried, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
in a thing,
Yeah.
and then they put butter and then the cinnamon
Yes.
and sugar. And you
Perfect.
an elephant ear?
Yeah. It's just a big thing. We get them at, well, because like when you go to the circus or the carnival, there's like elephants to ride. And so it's like an elephant ear. So,
God.
yeah.
Do people know this? That the equivalent of a beaver tail in the States is a elephant ear?
I don't know,
Did we just
honestly.
like unlock something?
Maybe we've discovered something, like something we have in common.
Look at us. Look at us.
So fun.
Cute.
That's
Cute.
great.
I love that.
Yeah. Fabulous. Well,
Yeah.
that was very fun.
That was really fun. We got to know each other a
Yeah.
little bit more.
I
And
love it
everything
so much.
kind of makes sense. The way we are, it just makes sense.
Yeah. Because really, for two girls that like to figure everything out, realizing that we are essentially the end of an equation of all of our experiences is very satisfying.
Yeah, when you put it that way. I'm gonna sleep better tonight, I think.
It just feels right. It's comforting.
It's comforting. Just as we're about to embark in like a really crazy season of our lives, um, at least we know who we are, and we know what we're doing for now.
That's perfect. Okay, so thank you all for joining us through all of our lore. It was such a blast for us. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found some things in common and found some more things to love, maybe. And of course, next week we have to talk about another massive piece of our history, of our lore. Deb, what are we talking about next week?
Talking about the life of a showgirl, obviously, because somehow it's already going to be October 3rd next week. So we are going to be talking about whatever we can articulate in the moment because it will be very fresh. But we are always up for a challenge. So you can join us next week when we attempt to break down whatever is waiting for us on the other side.